Trading a $50,000 FTMO account and it's not going too well. Approximately about 2 months ago, I purchased a $50,000 FTMO account. Currently, I'm down about 4 to 5%. Although it's going to take like 1 or 2 trades for me to get back into profits. But being in drawdown, honestly, it doesn't really feel good at all. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be showing you guys the reality of trading with prop firms, or basically trading Forex in general. The reason why I'm doing this video is because most people, and most likely you watching this video right now, might have an unrealistic expectation of what Forex trading looks like. And it's highly important that you get a proper understanding of what to expect to clear out the false expectations. I'm basically going to be giving you guys a reality check on trading prop firm challenges. So let's get started. Reality check number 1. Don't expect to pass the prop firm challenge in just 1 week. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually had this expectation when I first started. Now, the thing is, I'm not saying that you can't pass a prop firm challenge in 1 week. You can absolutely. It's very, very possible to pass a prop firm challenge in 1 week. But for most people, that usually is not the case. Now, I'm guilty of this actually. I had the expectation of actually passing this in like 1 or 2 weeks. I didn't expect it to prolong to get this far to like 2 months of trading this account. But it is what it is. You can't really force anything when you're trading prop firms. You trade what the market gives you. Now, don't expect to pass a prop firm challenge in 1 week. A realistic expectation for you to actually pass the prop firm account is depending on how much you're risking. If you're going to be aggressive, you're going to pass the challenge faster. If you're going to be conservative, it's going to take you more time to pass the account. It just depends on various factors. Now, the thing is, you can pass the challenge in 1 week, but for most people, that will not be the case. And to be actually honest with you, it actually deals with a bit of luck. There's a bit of luck in this. Now, what I mean by that is, the thing about prop firm challenges is, and Forex trading, is that Forex trading sometimes can be inconsistent, right? Like, for example, this month you might have a good month, you might have a bad month, you might have a break-even month. So things like that happen in the Forex market when it comes to trading. It's not every month that you're going to be wins. Every week there's going to be wins. Now, because of that, when you're trading prop firm challenges, the period you buy that account to actually start trading the accounts might actually be what's going to determine if you're going to pass the challenge fast or not. Now, what I mean by that is there's a bit of luck in this, in the sense that if you purchase a prop firm challenge account in the month that is going to be a bad month. Now, you're not going to know if it's going to be a bad month or not. You can't really know that. But in the example of you buy a prop firm account in a month that's going to be a bad month, then there's a high probability that you're not going to pass that account in that month, because that month is not going to be favorable to your edge or to your strategy. Now, in the opposite side of things, the perfect world, you buy the prop firm challenge account in a good month. Now, that's one of your best month, or not really. It doesn't really have to be a best month. Just you have a good month. That's period, and that's the period you bought the prop firm challenge account. Then there's a high probability that you're gonna pass it that month. Or let's say you bought it at a good week. Maybe that week was one of your good weeks where you just have back-to-back wins, like maybe like 3-4 wins in a row. Then I can guarantee you that there's a high probability that you're gonna pass the account in that week, pass the phase in that week, because there are 2 phases. All right. So that's where luck kind of gets into the picture. You don't know which month is going to be good, which week is going to be good, which month is going to be bad, and which week is going to be bad. So that's just the thing about that. The thing about prop firm challenges is, before they used to have a 30-day limit, 30-day trading period, or it expires, then you lose the account if you're not in profits. That actually made it harder, but now that it's gone, it's actually easier. Now you have all the time to trade. It's take your time and pass the account. Now, it's not about how fast you pass the accounts. Maturity is realizing that it's not about how fast you pass the prop firm challenge account. It's about actually passing the account. So it could take you some time. Now, I'm going to give you a realistic expectation of how long it can take you to pass the account, depending on the strategy and how much you're risking on that your account. Now, if you're being conservative, I can guess that it will take you to pass the prop firm challenge, depending on various factors. There are other factors that can influence this, but on average, I would say to take about 1 month plus, or maybe sometimes 2 months or 3 months to pass both phases, both phase one and phase two, right? But if you're going to be aggressive, like if you're going to be aggressive, I can say you can pass it. You pass or lose it in 1 month. If you're going to be aggressive, two things can happen. You either pass the account or you lose the account. And you can do that in just 1 month, just a few trades, increase your risk and go hard. But most people don't have the capacity to increase their risk like that. And I wouldn't advise you to increase your risk unless you have a bunch of money at the backside where if you lose the account, you just buy it again. And then if you lose it again, just buy it again. Then I can say, okay, you can increase your risk. But if you don't have that, I would not recommend that you should increase your risk. Reality check number 2. If you don't have an edge, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You want to trade prop firms, you don't have an edge, I can guarantee you 90% of the time, you're going to lose that account. All right. Now, what exactly is an edge? An edge is basically your trading strategy or a system that you've created that gives you a higher probability of being successful when it comes to trading, right? So that is your edge, your system, your edge over the markets. Why do you need to have an edge? Now, the thing is, the reason why you need to have an edge is because without an edge, one, the problem is without an edge, you can't really have an expectation, a positive expectation or positive expectancy. How would you know if your strategy works or not if we don't have an edge? An edge is not just a strategy. It's not just a strategy. Strategy is part of it, but an edge is just like a combination of your strategy, your risk management, your trading plan, everything joined together like that to create a system that you're gonna follow. Right? It's not just having a trading strategy. It deals with also risk management. How much are you gonna be risking per trade? How are you managing your trades, break-evens, all those things, right? That is what comprises to become your edge. Now, the reason why you need to have an edge is because you need to think in probabilities. When it comes to trading psychology, to help you psychologically, though, you need to think in probabilities. You can't really think in probabilities if you don't have an edge. Thinking in probabilities basically means you're not looking at the outcome of each single trade, right? So we don't care if the next trade you're going to enter is a win or loss. You don't care about that. But when you care about the outcome or the results you get in a series of trades, for example, if you have a 60% win rate on your edge, that means in a series of 10 trades, you're going to win 6 trades and you're going to lose about 4 trades, right? So that is taking the probability. So now out of that 10 trades, you don't know the sequence of losses or sequence of wins and losses, the distribution of wins and losses inside that 10 trades. For example, you have a 60% win rate out of 10 trades. Now, your first trade, you don't know if that trade is going to be a win or loss. All the way to your 10th trade, you don't know if it's going to be a win or loss. You don't know the distribution of wins and losses in the sequence of trades, right? So that's taking the probabilities, but you know that you don't need to know which trade is going to be a win, but you know that in a series of 10 trades, at least you're going to win like 6 or 5 or so, and then lose maybe like 3 or 4. Right? So basically, you risk 6. Your edge is 60% win rate. You lose 4, and you win 6. That's basically it. Right? So taking probabilities. Don't think about each and every single trade. Think about the probabilities in a series of trades, maybe like 10 trades, 20 trades, and all that. But you can't really think in that sense if you don't even know your edge. If you don't know the win rates for your edge, you can't think like that. So first of all, you need to have an edge in the market. Reality check number 3. Prop firms are designed to make you fail. Now, that sounds like a bold statement, but hear me out on this. Prop firms are actually designed to make you fail. They actually affect you psychologically when it comes to trading in a sense, right? Now, the reason why I say that is because, for example, I'm trading a $50,000 FTMO account. That $50,000, I'm not actually trading a $50,000 account. So, for example, they give you a $100K account. You're not actually trading a $100K account. You're actually trading a $10,000 account because you have only 10% of that $100K to trade in. So basically, you're trading a $10,000 account with high leverage. That's just what is happening there, right? So don't have the right proper understanding of what's going on here. You're not trading a $100K account. I'm not trading a $50K account. I'm trading a $5,000 account with higher leverage, right? So understanding that, the thing about prop firms is the rules that they set are actually designed to make you fail. In the sense that, one, they set a profit target that you need to reach, and you can't make any money in between till you reach that target and meet some certain criteria. All right. So in the process of trading the challenge, both the phase 1 and phase 2, you're not making any single money during that period. And sometimes that could affect you psychologically because it's like working, but you're not getting paid for the work that you're doing, right? Another thing is when you're trading prop firms, you have a max drawdown of 10% and you have a daily drawdown of 5%. Now, that max drawdown is actually the problem. The 5% daily drawdown, it really isn't much of a problem for me personally, but depending on how much you risk and all that. But the thing about that 5% daily drawdown is it limits your risk capability. Like, for example, you can't risk more than 2%. Risk 2% is actually quite much if you're risking on a prop firm, because by the time you lose 2 trades, you're already down 4%, and 1 month loss, and you're related to 5% rule, right? So it actually brings your risk level down, which me personally, if you're trading a personal account, I can't be trading 1%. You have to be trading like 2, 3, 4% per trade. So when it comes to the 10% drawdown, the overall drawdown, now the problem with that is if you're risking 1%, you have only 10 trades to take, right? You have only 10 trades to take till you lose the account. So if you lose your 10 trades in a row, you have lost the account. Anything that makes you hit 10% max drawdown, you've lost the account. Now, you can do that in just 10 trades, risking 1%. And the fact that you can do that, you can lose an account with 10 trades is actually bizarre. Like, on a personal account, that should not be happening at all. Like, you shouldn't. If you lose 10 trades in a row on a personal account, you shouldn't even near losing 50% of the account. Like, you shouldn't even be close to losing the account, right? But on a prop firm account, you've lost the account already. So you can depending on how you look at it, if you lose a prop firm account, you can't really say you've blown an account because you just lost like 10%. So yeah, you get the gist. So with that in mind, it actually affects you psychologically, because now you have only 10 trades to take to lose the account. By the time you're down like 5%, 6%, 7%, you have like 3% left. And because you don't want to lose the account, that fear of losing the account might even actually make you lose the account at the end of the day, right? So the rules that they set actually in a way. Now, for example, let's say, okay, since you're risking 1% and the drawdown is 10%, if you decide to cut down your risk to 0.5%, unless you have a high risk to reward, like maybe 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 per trade, risking 0.5% is gonna take you a lot of time before you pass that account. Especially if you don't have a high win rate or you don't have a high risk to reward, if your strategy is not really that good and you're using a 0.5% risk, it's good and it's bad. But the thing is, it's gonna take you something. If you don't have the patience to wait, you have to have that patience to wait. Not everybody has that patience to wait. So you have to have the patience, because it's going to take you some time if you're risking only 0.5%. And that patience, that time period might actually end up acting against you, because you might tend to get impatient. Everyone has a patience level where once it reaches that level, they become impatient. It happens to everyone. So that's one of the ways. That's one of the ways that profit affects you. If I'm gonna talk about the rest, it's gonna take a lot of time, but I'm gonna just summarize this video right now. So concerning the 50K challenge account that I'm trading, I'm down like 4.8% or so. So you can just summarize it to like 5%. So basically I'm risking 1% per trade. So basically I have like 5 trades left to trade this account. If I lose the 5 trades, then the account is gone. I've lost the challenge, right? But if I win my next 2 trades, I'll be up like 1% because I increased my risk to reward. My risk to reward now is 1 to 3. So I did some backtesting, but those of you that have been following me on my channel, you know that I usually go for a risk to reward of 1 to 2 per trade. But actually did some backtesting and increased the risk to reward, so 1 to 3, 1 to 4, sometimes 1 to 5. And I'm gonna be explaining how I did that in the next video. So in order for you to get that, make sure you like and subscribe so you can see more of my content on your homepage. And if you want to learn my Forex trading strategy and the strategy that I use to trade the prop firm account, click the video on your screen, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.